Hello everyone, this is a quick and short tutorial on how to set up XP farm in Black Myth Wukong. So let's get right into it. So firstly, there's a certain amount of things that you need to have done before you can actually use this way of farming. The first being you need to have unlocked this very particular area. It's called as the Pool of Shattered Jade. Actually, let me show you where you can find it. If you look here, it's under chapter 4, under Webbed Hollow. I'm not going to actually show you how to reach this place because otherwise the video is going to be too long, but you can quickly type on YouTube on how to find this very particular shrine, and you can continue from there. The second thing you need to have is basically your spell. So because it's going to be an automated way of farming, we need to deal a lot of damage. So if I go into self-advance, then spells, you need to have a spell called Ashen Slumber. So it's basically this huge guy, and then if you press 4, it basically does a very large explosive attack, and all the enemies within the surrounding areas basically die. So that's how we're gonna farm. Um, Apart from that, you need to make sure for your on-hand items you have Incense Trails Talisman equipped. So if I go here, not this, this. Basically, so anytime you press Q, you can teleport back to the shrine because that's what the script is doing. After killing all the enemies, it's pressing Q, so it goes back to their original position of shrine, and all the enemies respawn. Um, Also, if you have obtained the Celestial Registry tablet, it is beneficial because it allows you to gain slightly more experience from defeating enemies. But of course, this is not mandatory. You can move on without this. With all that being said, you can head on to a browser of your choice and click on Python download. Basically, you need to download a programming language because the script is written in Python. So just click on whatever version is the latest one, and then it should install in installer. You can double click it. I actually have installed it already, but for if you're installing it for the first time, you need to make sure that you have PIP or pip installed. Basically, it should give you an option somewhere at the bottom when you're installing, uh, saying, "Do you also want to add pip to path?" So just click on that, make sure it's selected, um, and then you can continue with installing Python. I'm not going to install it because I already have it installed. Once you're done with that, you can open your command prompt like cmd, like this, and you're going to type in pip install py direct input. You're going to execute this command, and you should see it installing some things. I've already installed this package, so it's saying requirement already satisfied, but for you, you should see some sort of um, downloading bars, loading bars. Um, and if you get an error at this stage, it's basically because you probably did not select the add pip to path option while installing Python. So when all that is done, you can go onto this link. This is a link to the script that I wrote. You can see the name of the file here, blackmythwukong farm.py. Click on it, and then just click here. It should download a raw file. So you can see it wherever we downloaded it. I have it somewhere here. Yep, that's my file. Alright, so once you've installed that file, so basically all we need to do is search for our Python editor. You can click on open, navigate to the file and open it. You can close this window. Let's maximize this. And we have our automation script over here. Basically, there's only two things to have a look at here. There's this line, and then there's this line. Um, Iterations is basically just specifying how many times do you want to repeat this loop. It can be any number greater than 0 because 0 is obviously going to be none. Um, you can change this to whatever number you want. I just set it to 100 to you. The second option we have is called time to wait. Basically, anytime you run the script, you need to go back to your game. So how much time it takes you to switch back to your game is up to you. You can change it to anything you want. I kept it 10 seconds. So I'm going to run the script now, and you'll see when I click on run, 10 seconds after that, um, my keyboard will keep pressing these commands, and my character will go to target position and turn into a use a Ashen Slumber spell and use its attack to get rid of all the enemies, and that's how we XP farm. So make sure that once the script starts, like after the 10 seconds have happened, you do not move your mouse at all, because even like the smallest of direction changes can cause some errors. Um, so let's see. I'm gonna click on run module. You see, it says you have 10 seconds, so let's quickly get back to our game. Okay, so you need to make sure that you have the offer incense option near your shrine, and see, oh, it automatically clicked it, and all these actions from now on are going to be automated. They are not done by me. All this movement, you can see it's little funky. It's not always perfect, but it's good enough. Even if one of your runs is not perfect, um, it will basically reset. So let's have a look. So you can see us getting XP, and we quickly go back to our shrine. Let's let it play for 2-3 iterations, see what happens. So this is again the second iteration has already started. You see, this time it wasn't correct, it wasn't perfect, but it's alright. Not every attempt is correct. We'll see how it fixes it automatically. So this one is going to be a waste, definitely. But yes, all you have to try and do is that you do not move the mouse at all. Alright, third iteration. Let's see if everything is correct. This iteration seems to have worked. Each iteration is slightly different, but overall, the automation script works alright. It's not perfect, but it will work. Let's give it another try. Let's see what it's like in the fourth iteration. And I feel like this script might differ on different devices with different capabilities. You can actually read the script. It's not that hard to understand. Oh, it seems like it's gonna be like the previous iteration. It's basically achieving its basic goal of getting in close proximity and then using that spell. I'm already at level 157, so it's sort of slow for me. But if you are like at a smaller level, It should take about 2 or 3 iterations before you get a spark. I have already completed the game, so it's going to take too many iterations for me. But let's see. Yep, it seems like it's going to follow the trend of the previous 3 iterations. So you see, on average, it doesn't make a lot of damage. It works pretty well. Alright, I am going to stop my script. You can actually look here what it says. Iteration start iteration 1 completed. So it also logs that data if you want to have a look. And you can just close, if you want to close it early, you can just close this window. And yeah, basically you can do whatever you want. And of course, so there are some cons to farming this way. The first one that you already saw, that it's not always consistent. Like our second attempt, we got stuck somewhere here. Uh, Also, you cannot use your keyboard or mouse for other things while listing farms. So it's best to do this when you are going to be away from your PC, when you don't need to use it. Maybe you go for lunch or dinner, maybe you go to sleep, you can let it run for a few hours. It's completely fine. It's all up to you. Um, yeah, and I think that's about it. All right. See you then. Bye bye.